from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It's been a cold start to the weekend, and some snow is expected to mix in tonight and tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. I'm Krista Boehm. And add a bit of wind and some snow to this cold, and it could cause some issues for travelers through tomorrow. Let's check in with meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli for what we can expect. Justin?
And thank you, Krista. Good evening, everybody. Temperatures start off very cold this morning. We had some sunshine out there, and then as that southerly wind started to pick up, we got into the lower teens today with mostly cloudy skies. Now we're just waiting for the snow. Let's take a look at those temperatures out there. 14 right now in Fargo, 7 Valley City, Langdon, Roseau, 12 right now at Grand Forks and Crookston, and 10 at Detroit Lakes and down towards Sisseton. Now the wind is also picked up from the south or southeast right now. Some areas around 20 miles per hour, especially into the Fargo area and off to the west with higher gusts out there, making it pretty chilly out there if you are going out tonight. Wind chill at Fargo down toward Oaks, 3 below 0, 11 below at Valley City, 13 below at Devil's Lake, and the coldest temperature out toward Langdon. They're at 15 below 0 with the wind chill. So we have this winter weather advisory in effect. This is from now until tomorrow at 6 a.m. in the Jamestown and Ellendale area, and until noon tomorrow out toward Devil's Lake, Fargo, and Fergus Falls. Now taking a look at the radar right now, not a lot on it. Just saw the cloud cover out there. Maybe a few snow showers or snow flurries just to the north of Valley City. That's basically it. The bulk of the moisture is out toward the Bismarck area and points off to the west, but that will get here as we go through later on tonight and through the morning hours. Snow begins from west to east as we go through this evening. Now we're going to be windy from now until then. Then we will be breezy. The winds die down a little during the overnight period. Heaviest snowfall occurs overnight and through the morning, and that's when it tapers off. We're going to be a little breezy for the day on Sunday, and we'll tell you what to expect in terms of snowfall accumulation coming up later in the newscast.
And you can also stay up to date on the latest conditions anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Storm Team weather app to get the latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. Funeral arrangements have been scheduled for fallen Fargo police officer Jason Moszer. The funeral is scheduled for Monday, February 22nd at 1 p.m. At the request of the Moszer family, the service will be held at Shields Arena, where there is a capacity to seat between 5,000 to 6,000 people. Valley News Live will broadcast the funeral on air and online for those who are unable to attend. Further arrangements are expected to be finalized this next week, and we'll keep you updated on those on our Valley News Live Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the whole day. A shock for the country as Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia was found dead today at the age of 79. He was staying at a ranch in West Texas and had told friends the night before that he wasn't feeling well. When he didn't show up for breakfast, his room was checked and his body was found. Scalia was nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1986 by President Reagan. He was the longest-serving justice of the current Supreme Court, having served for nearly 30 years. He was known throughout his career, of course, as a strong conservative anchor on the bench. We'll have much more coming up tonight on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. Thousands around Fargo, Moorhead, and even Dilworth woke up to the cold in their homes, realizing they were without power. More than 3,000 Excel customers were affected in an overnight outage. Valley News Team's Giovanna Simic explains what happened and what some frustrated customers had to do to keep warm overnight.
It was an inconvenience to us, and I couldn't get through. I waited 25 minutes and still couldn't reach anyone.
Excel customers are upset after a power outage occurred last night just before midnight, but they are more concerned with not being better informed about the power outage from the company.
When they keep pushing the restoration time out, it's really frustrating.
More than 3,000 people were affected by the power outage, and most people didn't get their power back till 3 this morning. Some people, like Gilbertson, got in their car to stay warm.
What if I call someone, wake them up, and then 5 minutes later my power's back on? So I rode it out and finally rode it out in my car till I saw all our streetlights come on.
I did feel a little bit kind of like, now what do we do? You know, we don't have a generator. It's really nothing that's ever crossed our mind because our heat source is always here.
The cause of the problem was a feeder going out from a bad underground cable. Xcel Energy says this is not an everyday problem, but it does happen when cables get old.
We continue to work and invest in the system to minimize outages, but we're proud of the work our employees do and realize it's an inconvenience for our customers.
In situations like this, Xcel does have a crew out there immediately so they can fix the problem.
We understand that it's a problem that we've caused, or it gives them not an enjoyable evening. That's why we send crews out there, have crews on duty 24/7.
In Fargo, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
Xcel says that the outage was not due to cold weather. And Xcel customers are encouraged to use the outage map online and to notify the company as soon as possible if they have a problem. Investigators are piecing together the details of two related shooting scenes, one of them involving police officers 2 miles apart last night in Plymouth, Minnesota. Police say they received a call Friday night of a person struck by a vehicle at an intersection in Plymouth. When officers arrived, they found the victim had not been hit but fatally shot. Police say it appears she was a victim of domestic violence, and the man suspected of killing her died in an exchange of gunfire with police. They received a call about a gunman in an apartment complex just north of this intersection after discovering the woman's body. They say shots were exchanged and the suspect was later found dead. It is unclear if the suspect died from police gunfire or a self-inflicted gunshot wound. For the second time in a week, smoke detectors saved 2 families from a fire in South Fargo. Crews responded to a duplex fire in Fargo around 2:30 this morning at the 1600 block of 15th Avenue South. Red Cross says a faulty furnace caused the small fire, creating unsafe carbon monoxide levels inside the home. No one was hurt and there's no damage to the home. The Red Cross is providing a place to stay for 6 adults and 2 children because the levels of carbon monoxide make the home unlivable. A smoke alarm in this hallway alerted the families of the fire and they were able to escape safely. Last Saturday, a family was alerted by their smoke alarms too to a fire in their home. They escaped in a matter of seconds before the house was destroyed by flames. Investigators are still looking into what caused this fire there. If you're buying a bouquet or flower arrangement for your sweetie for Valentine's Day, there's actually a good chance it was grown in Minnesota. Friday and Saturday are typically the 2 biggest days for flower delivery, leading up to Sunday's holiday. And many of the roses being delivered come from one place, just a few hours away.
Even on the dreariest of Minnesota days, spring is in full bloom just west of Minneapolis.
The sports Super Bowl just finished, but we are having ours right now. This is our largest 2 weeks of distribution of flowers throughout the 5-state area.
Len Bush Flowers is the only major rose grower outside of California, so there's a good chance the blossoms from your Valentine were hydroponically grown right here.
We'll distribute over Valentine's Day with the South American roses as well as ours. We'll distribute a little over 2.5 million roses for the holiday.
That's a lot of guys that remembered.
A lot of guys, yes.
Staff on hand will cut about 8 million stems per year. Flowers of all kinds and all colors.
Other than just roses, they're the most popular flower, lilies, alstroemeria. Tulips are real big right now. They bring that burst of spring into the climate.
And they have it down to a science. 200 workers have the pedals to the metal, cranking out deliveries to about 3,500 flower shops in the Dakotas, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, some creating arrangements right on site.
And we're able to provide these flowers into the flower shops oftentimes within 2 to 3 days, as opposed to the South American products.
It's an advantage to buying local.
We gain a lot of days of quality on top of our flowers that our florists carry.
Harnessing the Minnesota sun from bulb to bloom to bouquet.
After Valentine's Day, it doesn't slow down at Len Bush. Easter is right around the corner, and Mother's Day, their second busiest holiday, is right after that. Area agencies have been working to help Officer Moser's family. We'll show you one very sweet group in Moorhead later on Valley News Live at 6.
And temperatures have been rising as we went throughout the day. The snow that we're getting will be the beginning of warmer air filtering in for the start of next week. We'll have the details next.